Hey guys, what's up? I just got done at the gym. My plan was to lift some legs and then maybe do an hour on the stationary bike, spin bike by myself. But I got lucky, and after I dropped off my little guy kids club, there was like a 15-minute window before they started our next spin class, and it's been a minute since I've done a spin class. So it was effective, to say the least. I was dying, but I don't know, like, I'm super stoked that I did it because it reminds me, because I always get a little discouraged when I have to do indoor training, you know, just like treadmill when you're running. It just is like, blah, boring, and you feel like you're not really getting as good of a workout, you know, than if you went outside and did it. But what spin class today reminded me was, one, group classes are always fun because just that energy in the room, that uplifting energy, which is a real thing, when everyone's sweating and pushing and struggling, and it makes you want to push harder. You get that naturally competitive feel, you know. So I get that, and that makes you push maybe through that threshold that you normally wouldn't do on your own on like a spin bike. So that was super nice to feel that. And also, it's just nice to get in there and not to think, right? You're getting told what to do, getting kind of yelled at, and then you just do what they say and you push, and like I said, it's maybe something you wouldn't normally do. And another thing is it pushes you to be on there for an hour, because I don't know about you, but at least with me, it's not that I lack motivation, it's just like I said, it gets kind of boring. An hour in, you're just kind of like 30 minutes in, you're like, oh, I have another 30 minutes of this is you know, whereas outside maybe it wouldn't be so hard because you're outside, you got things to kind of stimulate you. So yeah, I don't know, that's just my opinion though. But what I did learn and take away from the spin class is, one, I'm going to be doing a lot more of them, taking advantage of that free training option. And two, is that you can be effective training indoors. Like, training indoors, if anything, can make you way stronger if you do it the right way. Because unlike, you know, the one downfall of cycling, negative thing, is that it's time consuming, right? Like, to get a good workout outdoors, you have to devote a good couple hours to your day at least to go out there. Even if you're only doing an hour ride, right? Like, you still have to prep for that hour ride. You have to map out your course or your route. You have to plan accordingly. It's not just like, okay, you know, hour on the bike, boom, done. Like, you should round up your day to at least spending an hour and a half, 2 hours minimum of planning your bike ride, your workout. Which is fine if you have the time. You know, if you have the time and you don't have anything holding you back, then great, that's more power to you. But a lot of us don't have that. Me with 2 kids, you know, it's kind of it's hard, I guess, I have to have a babysitter, I have to, you know, I'm breastfeeding, so I mean, I have that couple hour window is like, all right, I have to get back home, feed the little guy. There's a lot of things that you have to take into consideration when you're a mom, parent, or if you just work. You know, I'm fortunate, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but if I had a job, it'd be even harder. Like, people that work full-time and make this happen, kudos to you. That's a commitment. But anyways, before I ramble, basically all I'm saying is that if you have a gym membership and there's a spin class in there, or even a stationary bike, let's say you're not, you know, they don't have a spin class that works in your schedule, get on that thing, like, and just bust your ass for at least an hour. Like, just go hard, and you can't regret that, because at the end of the day, that's only, I mean, you're doing what you need to do. You're moving those legs, you're getting those legs stronger for the bike. I feel like nowadays, especially the spin bikes that they have in the gym are pretty legit. Like, a lot of them, like the one I was using today, my spin class legitimately had clips. I was able to clip in with my cycling shoes. That's so cool. Like, that's so awesome. It literally felt like I was on my bike outside. It was such a cool bike, or stationary bike, spin bike. Got the same type of workout I feel like I would have outdoors. So what I'm trying to say is, if you don't have the time, let's say you really want to get into cycling, but you're like, oh, like, how in the world am I going to make it work with my schedule? You can make it work, 100%, because I was worried about the same thing. That's what took me so long to get into cycling. One of the pitfalls pitfalls, I guess, one of the downsides, I didn't think I'd have enough time, that wind up with the kids being able to be watched by somebody like my husband or my mom. I was at the mercy of other people, and I'm like, how am I going to fit in such a training multiple times a week? But realistically, I only need to train outdoors on the weekends when the schedule's more convenient. My husband's home, we can alternate. He can go on his bike ride, I can go on mine. Or my parents can babysit, we can go on ours together. Or we can hit the gym, worst case, no one's available, and we can hit a spin class together. Like, there's so many ways you can get around not being able to train outside nowadays, and it's so awesome the time we live in, because like that spin class just killed me. And I know for a fact, next time I hit a hill, it's gonna feel exactly like what I just did for almost an hour straight. So, I legitimately just burned like 600 calories. It tracks everything. It's so cool. Your watts, I think my max watt was 455, which isn't bad for my baby legs right now, my baby cycling legs. My average speed was 19 miles an hour, or 18.5 miles an hour. And my average cadence was like 88, 89, because I was doing a lot of standing. But I'm just saying, like, it tracks everything. So if anything, there's a lot of pros to doing the spin bike, because unless you are fortunate enough to have all those equipment that track your watts, that track everything, it gets expensive. So most of us, I would assume, don't have a Garmin computer on our bike, don't have a cadence tracker or whatever, a watts tracker. And if you don't, then I would feel like those bikes are accurate enough to get at least a general idea of what you're putting out. The power, etc., that you're doing. And that's a great way to train. I would think majority of your training could be indoors, so that you can get an accurate reading and your body can get used to spinning your legs a certain speed, because that's very important for outdoor training. It's crucial. So yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to make this video because hopefully I can help another person, who's maybe wanting to get into cycling, has been wanting to get into cycling, but is afraid of not having the time. Sorry, this lighting sucks. It's not having the time in their day to actually be committed and consistent. But I'm telling you, you can. You can. Like, legitimately can. Worst case scenario, what you can do is there's really cheap trainers on Amazon or anywhere really that you can get. Like, ours was under $100 for a good one. Just something that clamps your wheels, your back wheel, whatever. To where you can be at home and just ride your trainer at home, your bike, your actual bike, and just hook it up to that trainer and literally just live on that thing. And then when you can have the luxury of going outside, go enjoy it, because ultimately you're still riding your bike, you're still getting used to changing your personal gears on your bike, and and you're still getting stronger and getting your miles in one way or another. So get a cheap watch. I have a Forerunner right now, Garmin Forerunner. It's pretty legit. It does the basics, like tracks your heart rate, like when you're running and stuff, it'll track your cadence and everything. I got it from REI about a year and a half ago. It's been awesome, and it does the basics, so it's pretty legit and accurate at tracking my heart rate when I'm on the bike. It has bike, run indoor, run outdoor feature, and it has cardio and then something else. I think you can even swim with it. So like if you get just a basic watch that tells you your heart rate, boom, that's huge right there, because a lot of your volume, I would assume you want that Z2 training in the beginning when you're racking up your miles, you're racking up your distance. You want to strengthen that cardio up, so a lot of Z2, a lot of miles, a lot of steady conversation pace. And then when you feel like you want to, push yourself a little bit more, those spin classes are legit. A lot of interval training there, a lot of power, strength training in there for your legs. Just a lot of good stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to make the video. Hopefully this helps somebody, like I said, who's maybe motivated and wants to do it, but they don't think it's realistic with their schedule. I'm here to tell you it is realistic. You just need access to a gym, get a cheap trainer or something for at home or your bike, and do majority of the training that way. But yeah, I I will let you guys go. I just wanted to make this video, and hopefully again, like, I help somebody, but that class is brutal. It's pretty legit, and I'm gonna go home and eat. Alright guys, peace out.